Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your 2018 November love reading. I'm Princess India. If you're a new subscriber, hello and welcome to my channel. I was thinking of something cool to say there, but you know, sometimes the brain doesn't work with me. But anywho, welcome to your love reading. We are doing things the same but slightly different. The different part is that I'm starting with my soul cards. So I'm going to pick 3 cards, and you guys are going to be able to receive your very own intuitive messages from Spirit. So if you have a notebook or a piece of paper you don't think that you'll get rid of before the end of November, I would tell you to go ahead and grab that now. Pause me if need be. So you can go ahead and grab that. So what I'm going to do is pull 3 cards, and I'm going to hold them up, and for each one, whether you hear color, number, you know, a whole sentence, what have you, go ahead and write that down, and I believe it's going to have some relevance to you throughout November or towards the end of November. So we're going to ask Spirit to give you guys clear and direct guidance for you in the month of November. And these cards just shuffle so daggone well. But these cards, they don't have any meaning other than the ones that you give them. So it doesn't come with like a booklet or anything. So, first card. Second card. And our third card. So I am not going to say anything about these. It's all about whatever it is that you feel. So, are you ready? Card number 1. Card number 2. And card number 3. Nice. I'm not saying nothing. So anywho, we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' love reading. I'm going to use the Romance Angels to pick an overall energy for you as well as your crosswatcher. And for those of you, my old subbies, my little OGs that have been here for a minute, I'm bringing back the Dice of Resonance, and I've added a new die to it, which is the ability to ask a yes or no question. So the responses that you can get are going to be yeses and nos or time-sensitive answers. In the event that a time-sensitive answer does come out, you would take that as a yes, and that'd be the time frame for which, you know, that would come to pass, right? So we're going to be looking at my Saggies as well as their cross watchers. So we're doing your overall energy now, and then we're going to get into what is going on. So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for Sagittarius for the month of November in reference to their love lives, please. Spirit, anything that they need to know that is in their highest good, I ask that be revealed in this reading. You know what I'm saying? For them as well as their cross watcher. And my apologies for you guys' readings being late. I got an influx of new subbies and readings. So, that's interesting. So, I had to get those under control before I got these together. So, the card that came out for Sagittarius is Attraction. And it says, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So, more or less, and I heard like the Empress. So this is more or less being in your full power, being abundant, like more or less bleeding your true, authentic, beautiful self and allowing that to bleed out, you know, to all of us. And you being what you are is what is going to draw in your equivalent and or counterpart. So Spirit, can I get one more card for Sagittarius' crosswatcher? One card. One card only. Oh, there we go. That came out in the reverse. Don't read these in the reverse, but there may be a little block there. But it's the Express Your Love card. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So here's the deal. I wouldn't say that they're a stalker, like a creepy stalker, but there's somebody who is feeling your vibe like big time. And it's like they're behind the bush like, right? But the thing is I don't really feel like they're coming forward to say that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of reminding me of the Pisces reading from, was that Pisces? Yeah, the Pisces reading from this month, where it was this person where they looked at them like, oh my gosh, they're so like regal and royal and amazing. But I feel like them getting the courage to finally come up and speak to you. But it's them just being completely enthralled by you, just by you being who and what you are. You know what I mean? So Spirit, please give us clear and direct guidance for Sagittarius for the month of November and their love lives, please, Spirit. Anything that they need to know, any clarification that we can give them, any information that will be in their highest good that will assist them on their journey and their path of unfolding. Anything that they've been having trouble with or anything that they have been curious about or kind of mulling over, I ask that you give us clear and direct guidance to assist them on their path, please, Spirit. And I know you're good for it, because that's how we rock. I thank you in advance for that clear and direct guidance, because it's already done. All right, that's it. Okie dokie, lemon chokey. First card we have for Sagittarius is contract. So this could be in reference to a marriage or any type of little serious commitment. Of course, you know, it can always be business partnerships and things of the sort. Or if it's not a marriage, it could be in relation to like a karmic relationship or a relationship in which you have financial ties or legal ties where it's just not the easiest thing in America to walk away from. Not saying that you should walk away, but that's just the dynamics. Next card that we have is the fourth chakra, which is your heart chakra. So whatever issues it is that you guys are facing this month may be intrinsically related to such. And it could be, if you are a male Sagittarius, the fact that you're holding back from loving someone. What is going on with that? If you are not a male Sagittarius, or if you're not a male Sagittarius that's interested in male Sagittarius, then if you're a female Sagittarius, this could be because of a male who is emotionally unavailable. You know what I'm saying? Or this could legit be you, because I'm looking at the fact that oh, dang, okay. All right. In the event, whether you're a male or a female Sagittarius, the issue that you could be facing, right? And which you could also be attracting to you in the past, because I'm looking at this like karmic contract. So, because like I said, I don't know, today I got this whole revelation on karmic cycles and karmic lessons and like karmic partnerships and stuff like that. And the beauty in them and why it should never be viewed as a negative thing, because it's always working in your highest good. It's like what I'm seeing with this is, and something I know to be true, is that if a person has a history of attracting emotionally unavailable people to them, because we attract what we are in like the spiritual sense, but like in like where I'm speaking from is more or less in like a history, like, you know, behaviorism, psychological type of perspective, is the fact that we have a natural attraction to people that represent like our unhealed wounds. So in so many words, a part of me is emotionally unavailable if I keep attracting people who are emotionally unavailable. But if you jump back to like the spiritual explanation side, because of the whole mirror effect that happens, it's like they're doing what you're doing, but in a different way. And that's the reason why we can so easily pinpoint how they're emotionally unavailable. But it's very difficult for us to see that, because typically we're like, no, I want to be in love. I want to open up my heart, right? But there's a level of fear that's attached to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's more or less like a, is when it's like a subconscious self-sabotage type of thing that's going on. But anywho, we're going to dig into it. So Spirit, can you please clarify why the contract card is here? And a little bit of like needing to come to reality too. Because it's like, it could be a person who's just not, like, more or less people are responding to you the way that you're responding to them, but I just don't feel like you're really aware of how you're responding to them, if that makes sense. Like, you're not aware of how it is that you're coming off, right? Because I feel like the perception of it is feeling as if, and I don't want to use terms like correct or incorrect, but it's almost like in how you're showing up, you feel like you're showing up in like a balanced kind of way. Like, I'm showing up as emotionally unavailable, but there's attention that needs to be paid to the heart chakra, whether that's overactive or underactive. And that's why you're either not giving your heart to people or have had issues with people not giving their heart to you, if that's making sense. This could also be saying someone who is in a marriage to someone who's emotionally manipulative, and that causing your heart chakra to be underactive in the sense of why you're like kind of closed off. Okay, so that's kind of like a backstory. So the reason why, like, so say if you were in a marriage past tense with a person that was emotionally unavailable, right? And now you're dating people that are a lot like how your ex was, right? The reason why is because Spirit wants you to do some heart chakra work. And I said that for either Aries or Scorpio, but I was saying I'm going to do some videos on, because like with these cards, I think more than anything else, these chakra cards come up more than any other card that's in this whole deck. And just because, you know, I keep referring to it and sending you guys on, those of you who don't know about chakras, like a wild Google goose chase, which can end, Lord only knows where. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take care of that. But anywho, clarifying the contract card is yin and yang in reverse. So it's more or less like not taking action on something. It's like kind of being in a space to where you're thinking things over a great deal, or I don't know why I want to say like researching. But it's more or less like if Spirit is giving you a lot of insight into something, but you're not taking action on it. And that ended up coming up for somebody else too. Whoa, okay. Okay, and that's walking away. So the thing is, here, this is either a marriage or it's a karmic partnership, right? You're aware of what it is that's going on. Like, Spirit is giving you insight. I don't know what is up with this whole theme today. But Spirit is giving you insight into the situation or on yourself, and you're not acting on it, right? And not going in the, but I do see, like, with this being upright, it's like you are walking away from this. So for some of you, this is where you're at now. For others of you, you saw the imbalance in this situation and that it wasn't in your highest good, and you chose to walk away from it. Now, all of the stuff that I'm saying about attracting what you are, what your challenge is right now, which is important, is to do some work on your heart chakra. So if you were in like a narcissistic or emotionally unavailable relationship, the key is here is to do like some little recovery healing, because being in a situation as such has affected your heart chakra. And so you don't continue and needing to see, because the door to value is in reverse. So this is more or less needing to see your personal worth and your value, because I feel like that was kind of stunted by this person and how, you know, they treated you or responded to you. It kind of tainted your self-concept a little bit. And the key is now, like, this is more or less like a heads up so that you don't continue to date people like this in the past. I mean, so you don't continue to date a person like the person you dated in the past going forward, right? So it's needed to do some healing work right now with you walking away from the situation that you realize was no longer in your highest good. So actually taking action on the things that Spirit did reveal to you, right? So, and I always say that when it comes to like monetary things, like, you know, money or what have you, I believe that love and like, so self-worth, love, as well as like money, they come from the same source in my head. They come from the same source. So a lot of times, if you're not feeling so good about yourself, you're also not going to be making the money that you desire. So if you've seen a shift in your finances, happening around the time that this transition has happened for you, that can have a great deal to do with it. But the great thing about this is the Sun card is clarifying the man holding the heart. So going back to my men that are Sagittarius, if you were wounded in a past like karmic relationship or from a former marriage, I see you guys kind of recognizing how you've been holding back and you guys opening up to that. So it's like now going into a time of like, you know, being joyful once you do this healing work, right? Because it is affecting your money. Just saying. So anywho, for our cross watcher, we have storm warning in reverse. We have happy family. And we have community in reverse. So the thing that I'm seeing here is, for my cross watcher people, there's a part of y'all dodging a bullet. You know what I'm saying? Or not necessarily learning a lesson from past experiences. Because it's like the present desire now is to have a happy family situation. Because past tense, y'all went through some stuff where, you know, it was less than ideal. But the desire now is to have like more of a balanced family situation. The storm warning is clarified by the man with the coin. So, wow, that's interesting. So the past situation is people, how would you say that? Who does that? Like someone who expresses their love through finances? Right? Like, I'm not understanding how that's coming through. A person who expresses their love through like money, or a person who gives you money or takes care of you financially, but they're not like them never saying I love you. I mean, it's like a love language. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's more or less, or if that's how you kind of, oh, okay, all right. So it's like a problem solving technique. The way that things stayed okay, or the way that you kept things balanced, was by throwing money at it. So if ever there was a problem, you threw money at it, right? And that's what kept things kind of okay. So I'm not sure yet if this is someone who did this to you. Oh yeah, it is someone that did it to you. Okay, all right, I got you. So my cross watcher person, like, okay, every time, so if we look at this like the tower, so every time the tower falls, right, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to leave this situation because it's not in my highest good, the person will throw money at you, right? And them throwing money at you was enough to kind of hold you off to where you were like, oh, you know, this really isn't that bad because blah, 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 right? So it's almost the keeping, or this helped keep up with your illusion of you being as happy as you knew you weren't. Because this person wasn't really expressing love. It was more or less like damage control, right? But the thing is that I'm seeing is like there's a need to go into something that's more in alignment with you. So seeing the truth about this situation. So like how I said, it's like a love language. Like there's some people whose love language is like gift giving. You know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling this is like yeah. Oh, good Lord Jesus. I'm feeling this is more like it's like damage control. It's not that this is their love language. It's like this is how problems are avoided. Okay. Now, so if this is the case with you, it's the need to go in the direction of something that's more in alignment with your true self, because this isn't serving your highest good, so to speak, right? Now, for other cross watchers, this is what the cross watcher is doing, right? They're not expressing their love, but how they're avoiding like a breakup of the relationship is by throwing money at it, right? That's what keeps people happy temporarily, right? But the thing that I'm seeing is if you're connecting with a Sagittarius, it's like they're coming to with this and they're starting to get irritated with the fact that you know what I'm saying? It's like the money is of no value to them. It's like, it's great that I'm stable, you know what I'm saying? But I need more than that, because it's almost like they're feeling like, and this is like, if this is a couple situation, right? Like the Sagittarius, or if you guys are getting a divorce, this would be the issue of why this Sagittarius person left you. It's like being emotionally unavailable and thinking money solves all problems. So it's like trying to delay the inevitable. The problem was the fact that the Sagittarius person felt emotionally unfulfilled, right? And it's like the money lost its value because I have stuff, but I'm not in this relationship or this marriage for stuff. I'm in it because I want to connect with you. But I'm feeling like with this other crosswatcher person, there's some type of block to that. And the block to this could then again be related to, either wounding with you or not knowing how to emotionally connect with people, right? But and not really wanting to, or not knowing how to work out problems, and not wanting to, like not knowing how to do conflict resolution or how to truly problem solve. So it's like I just throw money at it. Like that's how I fix my problems, right? But I kind of feel like with this person, if this is a couple, it's like Sagittarius got tired of it. They saw more opportunities elsewhere, because it's like things were not going forward with this person. So this happy family situation was not so happy. And I feel like they took other opportunities because this was not in alignment with them. And now them leaving this situation, it's them deciding to want to be with someone that can give them what it is that they know that they're capable of giving, right? So it's being emotionally unavailable needs to be addressed. Now, if this is a crosswatcher person that's still with a Sagittarius person, this is something that you need to address, right? Because they're getting sick of it. You can't throw money at your problems, and you have to express your love for them. Because the thing is, like, I understand when people try to avoid conflict, but the truth is that conflict is healthy. Because if we have a conflict, that gives me the ability to communicate, because I feel like there's a lack of communication going on here. But it's like, that gives me an opportunity to communicate what I feel the problem is, give you the opportunity to communicate what you feel the problem is, and us meet each other somewhere in the middle. But if you're always trying to do damage control as opposed to solving the problem, is sweeping things under the rug so much to the point that you have freaking Mount Everest under your rug, okay? We can't have that. So the thing is that you're in this may be a crosswatcher person that's completely oblivious to this. And the thing is that your partner is looking at you as if y'all are not what is it? Like, I always say this, not cut from the same cloth, right? Like at one point in time, they felt like you guys were kindred spirits, but they're not feeling that way anymore because you're emotionally unavailable. So it's like, it's very shallow. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no depth. And like this person wants depth. They want to go deep. You know what I'm saying? They want like soul shaking love type of deal. But it's like feeling as if this isn't, it's feeling as if this isn't in their highest good anymore. Like it's not making them happy, because it's like, to them, it's like, okay, so it's money, big freaking deal type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're still, like, if this is a Sagittarius person that's married to someone and this sounds like you, because you throw money at stuff, this may be something that, you want to address, because I really feel like your partner, they're kind of getting over it. Spirit, can you clarify the community card in reverse, please, Spirit? Oh, hello. What is this? Oh, yay. Well, Crosswatcher, if you address it, it's the door to healing and happiness, and then a new start and love. Yay! So express your love. I don't know what's up with that, but I feel as if that's something that you would kind of want to address, though. I tell everybody to go to therapy. I'm just saying. Because, I mean, it very well could be like, you know, if you weren't raised, or if you were raised to do that, like say if your parents did that with you, like they were really busy and worked all the time, and the way that they kind of compensated for not being there was by like buying you stuff. So that's the only way that you really know. You know what I'm saying? But I just really feel like it's time to create a new reality. It's you being stuck in your ways, and it's time for this cycle for you of showing up this way. And like I say, vice versa, if the Sagittarius person resonates with this, you've been showing up this way in a very shallow, surface level kind of way and not being able to go deeper. But it's kind of time, especially if you're with this person and you really love them and don't want to leave them, to learn how to express what it is that you actually feel, so that you guys can have the real epitome of a happy family as opposed to the illusion thereof, right? And needing to cultivate more patience to create the opportunities that you want in your life, because they're not going to be handed to you. Because, of course, all relationships require work. It requires time, energy, and effort, and sticking with it and working it out. So you can't just throw money at stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more or less like the easy way out. You know what I mean? So if you really want a happy family, that's going to take work. It's going to take conversations. It's going to take conflict sometimes. It's going to take, you know, sometimes not being on the same page, agreeing to disagree, what have you. But, you know, it's not like a relationship is not something that's a quick fix. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't patch that up. Like, you actually have to deal with the issues underneath. Otherwise, like I said, you're going to have Mount Everest in the middle of your living room under your rug. And that is not what's hot in the streets right now. It's kind of dangerous, actually. You know what I mean? But I feel like if this is handled, this happiness that Sagittarius people who are in a couple with this person, it's going to open up a new channel of communication to where you guys are going to be going into a place of healing and happiness individually as well as in the relationship, and almost be like a complete fresh start in this relationship, right? For others of you, if this is something that's already ended, I see that it's more or less the crosswatcher person is learning from their experience, like seeing how it is they contributed to this prior breakup, right? My Sagittarius person still doing this healing and coming back in tune with your personal value, but I see both of you ending up with your own individual happily ever afters aside from each other, because Sagittarius knows that they want that deep connection. They're doing their healing work in order to get there so that they can attract a counterpart that's going to bring them happiness, that's emotionally available. For the crosswatcher person, they know that the thing that held them back in the past was not being open and honest about what they were feeling, right? And they're going to be able to meet someone that is more in alignment with them and have a new beginning in love as well. And I like to see when things like this happen. And this very well, like, and to be quite honest, if this wasn't a marriage and this was a dating situation, I'm 110% sure that this was probably a karmic relationship, because both of you are walking away with a very valuable lesson about yourselves. And now you're both going off into something that's more in alignment, that's going to bring you both happiness. So if that's something you were kind of on the fence about, I would definitely say that this was a karmic relationship where both of you learned a valuable lesson. And congratulations to you, Sagittarius, for walking away, dang-nabbit son of a gun, I said. So now we're going to throw our dice of resonance. So if you want to ask a question, you could pause me and do that now. Want to get a good shake. Really? Why is Aries popping up in everybody's readings? We have Aries, we have Aquarius, we have rising sign. The answer is yes. And we have the X. It's interesting. So this could be a person who is an Aquarius sun, moon, or rising. An Aquarius sun, moon, or rising. The answer is yes to whatever you asked. And the X is the person or something of the sort. So that has been your November love reading, Sagittarius. I hope that it resonated. I hope that it helped you out. But that's all I got for you, man. So I'm going to see you guys sooner than later this month. But until we meet again, I love your friggin' face. And I'll see you sooner than later. Deuces.